guys, it's Krystle back at it again with another video, and today's video has been so freaking requested pretty much since the start of this channel, which is why I am so excited to announce that today I am going to be telling you guys all about the National Scholastic Art and Writing Awards. Now, I'm also going to be giving you all the tips that I have about how I won in the writing category for short story and flash fiction, which is basically just like short story. And I'm going to be telling you guys how you can maximize your chances of winning, so be sure to stay tuned to the end for all that good art and writing tea. Okay, so not to interrupt our regularly scheduled programming, but really quickly before we get into the video, I wanted to share with you guys a really exciting announcement, and that is I have an online course now. It's called How to Write a Kick-Ass College Application Essay, and it's on Udemy, which is basically this website where you can take courses, you can create courses. So I have been hearing so much from you guys, both online and in person, that you really wanted something more, some kind of course on how to write a college application essay. Something that would give you all the steps, all the tools, everything that you needed to know to really knock your essay out of the park. And trust me, oh my gosh, I know how scary the essay can be, how important it is to write one that shows your personality, that really makes you feel good about what you're writing and helps you show off yourself and your life and your personality to the college admissions officers in the best possible light. Bottom line, the essay is super important. You guys wanted more instruction on that. I think you guys are really going to like it. I put the link in the description box down below, so you should definitely go check it out. There are free preview videos that you can see, and you can absolutely go sign up and check it out and make sure that you are able to join the ranks of students who know what to do in their college application essays, because honestly, you guys, oh my gosh, this is what I wished had existed when I was a student in high school. This is what my clients who are in high school tell me and show me that they want and need, just because they're not getting any information. All of the information out there on how to write a college application essay, oh my goodness, it just doesn't reflect reality. And so I really wanted this course to be something that you guys could take and get actual true advice that is updated for 2019 and beyond and really reflects what admissions officers want to see. I originally actually taught a version of this class at Princeton University. If you guys have seen my vlog about college diaries, Princeton University edition, I'll link it right up here so you can check it out. But if you watch that, you'll see that I went to Princeton Splash, which was this event, and I taught high schoolers how to write a college application essay. And I actually ended up getting a standing ovation, which was, oh my goodness, such a crazy but awesome experience. And I felt like these kids, they didn't quite know exactly what was expected of them. And this course, so many of them came up to me afterwards and told me that it was information that they had never gotten before from their college counselors, from the internet, from anyone in their lives. And so I thought, I need to make this available to as many people as possible. And so this course is an extended version of what I taught at Princeton. And now it is available to all of you. And once again, I'm so excited. Just had to share that with you guys. So yes, now let's get into the rest of the video. So if you guys have been watching my channel for a little while now, then you know that I make videos on all things college and academics, and you also know that I absolutely love writing. When I was in high school, I was extremely fortunate to have been able to have my writing published in several different literary magazines and journals, all that good stuff. And then at the same time, I was also participating in a lot of different writing contests and competitions, which I really feel helped me get accepted to my dream school, Columbia University, which I have a lot of videos on already if you have any questions whatsoever about that whole experience. And what was by far my favorite of all these writing competitions and contests was the Scholastic Art and Writing Awards. Scholastic didn't ask me to make this video or anything, it's just that I cannot say enough good things about them. Not only are they an incredibly prestigious and well-represented competition that is a huge boost on your college applications or your resume if you're hoping to study the arts, but they're also a family. Even years later, I still stay in touch with the friends I've made through Scholastic, and I just feel so much tenderness and love when I think of how much they really care about you and just fostering the next generation of artists. And so today, I wanted to make a video really going into detail about how I won my national gold medals and how you guys can too, and just giving you all of the tools that you need to learn about it so that you can hopefully join the family as well. I would say that a very influential reason why I was able to win is because I had so many teachers and mentors who I was able to bounce ideas off of and get critiques from. But at the same time, I had to work really hard to actually find and create those opportunities for myself. That's why I'm now working with a bunch of you guys to make it a lot easier on you to find and ask for help. I've had you guys reach out to me a lot lately asking for my help critiquing your work for Scholastic and other writing competitions, and it is always so fun and rewarding to be able to read your writing. Seriously, you guys are really awesome. You should know that. And if you haven't gotten in touch with me yet, you can always reach out to me at my email, info@myavidgeducation.org, or reach out over social media. Just feel free to get in touch with me. I'm there for you. Hopefully in the easy and accessible ways that I wished had existed when I was in high school, so do not hesitate to reach out. I was also very fortunate to have been accepted to several programs in high school that could help me further my craft, such as the Telluride Association Summer Program, Iowa Young Writers Studio, Kenyon Review Young Writers Workshop, and the Interlocking Novel Writing Institute. So be sure, if you have any questions about getting into any of those, you can also get in touch with me over email or social media, and I already do have several videos out on some of those, so if you want to check those out, if you're interested in TASP or Iowa or Kenyon, and if you want to see a video on Interlocking or any other summer program that I've been accepted to, just let me know. So be sure to subscribe and hit that notifications bell to make sure you're updated for all those videos and more. So let's start out with just a quick description of what Scholastic actually is, right? I mean, it's all in the name, Scholastic Art and Writing Awards. So basically, it's a competition for young writers and artists ages 13 and up, so grades 7 to 12 in high school. And when they say art and writing, they mean all art and writing. If you go on their website, which I'll link down below for you guys to check out, then you can see all the different categories they have. And honestly, just the sheer quantity is pretty mind-boggling. But I'll go through them all really quickly for you guys right now so you can just get a better sense of what you can submit. So the writing categories include critical essay, dramatic script, flash fiction, humor, journalism, novel writing, personal essay and memoir, poetry, science fiction and fantasy, short story, and writing portfolio for graduating seniors only. I'll go into more detail about portfolios in just a minute, so stay tuned. And then the art categories are architecture and industrial design, ceramics and glass, comic art, design, digital art, drawing and illustration, editorial cartoon, fashion, film and animation, jewelry, mixed media, painting, photography, printmaking, sculpture, video game design, and art portfolio, which, like the writing portfolio, is just for graduating seniors. I think most of these categories speak for themselves, but if you want a description of each, Scholastic offers those on their website, along with the exact requirements for each category, what qualifies, and so on and so forth. There's really no limit on how many pieces you can submit or how many categories you can submit to, so theoretically, you could submit 100 different pieces in each and every category, depending on how extra you are. And if you don't see your category represented here, they even have what's called the Future New category, which is for art that transcends boundaries or maybe even blurs the differences between multiple categories. So never fear if you don't see yourself or your art represented here, because Scholastic wants to hear from you and they really do their best to make you feel heard. Okay, so now you guys have an idea what the competition actually is. Let's get into how it all works. So submissions for the 2019-2020 Scholastic Art and Writing Awards are going to be opening September 12th, 2019, so probably just a couple of weeks after I get this video up, which is really exciting. Go submit, you guys. Now, the actual deadlines for submission tend to vary depending on which part of the country or the world you're submitting from, but usually it's something like writing is due in late December and art is due in early January, so just keep that in mind. The deadlines do tend to approach much more quickly than you'd expect. So it's called the National Scholastic Art and Writing Awards, but the first round of competition is actually regional. So, for example, I live in New Jersey, so when I was competing, I had to send all my work to the Newark Library. Newark, for anyone who's not from the area, is one of New Jersey's biggest cities, and Basically, they were the affiliate partner with Scholastic, so from there, they sent it all on to Scholastic and awarded me my regional medals and everything, which then determined my eligibility to continue on to the national rounds of judging. So you can find what your affiliate partner is based on your zip code on the Scholastic website, and then what you'll do is you'll go through the online portal and you can make an account, sign up, submit all your work online, and then you also do have to print it out and send it physically to your affiliate partner. So just make sure that you leave yourself enough time the day of to do that, because we all know if it ain't the due date, it ain't the due date. Am I right? Also, the forms have to be signed by you, your parent or guardian, if you're under 18, and your teacher. So seriously, guys, don't leave it to the last minute. Please. I'm begging you. Take it from me. If you didn't have a teacher who you specifically worked on your pieces with, then you can just have your parent or guardian write down their signature in their place. Or if you're like, hey, I was my own teacher, I deserve credit, then you can just put your own signature as well. And the cool thing about this is if you put your signature as your own teacher, then if you win a medal, then they'll send you not only one, but 2 medals. One is for the teacher, basically. So if you were self-taught and you put your name down, then you'll get a medal for a student and a medal for a teacher, and who doesn't love more medals? However, if you did work with an outside teacher, then make sure you alert them of this whole signage situation well before the deadline so they know to expect it, and you're not running into their classroom 2 minutes before you literally have to drop it off at the post office. Like, save me! All the information is on the website. Study it. Memorize it. Put it under your pillow at night so it seeps into your brain via osmosis. Now, I realize I'm kind of beating a dead horse here. So, if you can't tell, definitely not talking from personal experience. No, not at all. So, yeah, make good choices. So, once you've submitted to regionals, you wait a couple months, and then you find out, usually around February, whether you've received any regional recognition. Now, there are 3 levels of regional awards that you can get, which are Honorable Mention, Silver Key, and Gold Key. Honorable Mention is pretty self-explanatory, and then Silver and Gold Keys are basically the equivalents of regional medals, and the reason they're called keys is because if you win, they send you a little tiny pin in the shape of a gold or silver key. Very chic. Very fashionable. Also, 1 writer from each region receives an American Voices Medal, and 1 artist from each region receives an American Visions Medal, recognizing the best of the best from each region. So then, if you've won a Gold Key and or an American Visions or Voices Medal, you automatically become eligible to compete in the national round of judging. You don't have to do anything, they just send it right on, and it's just automatically kind of grandfathered in. There are a few different types of these, and there are some special awards based on which category or categories you're participating in, but the main ones are National Silver Medal, National Silver Medal with Distinction, and National Gold Medal. And then National Gold Medal winners are invited to this really cool ceremony during the summer at Carnegie Hall, where Scholastic invites some truly incredible speakers from different fields of art and writing to come and talk to us and impart their fabulous wisdom. Like, they got Meryl Streep one year. Meryl frickin' Streep. And they also had Ellie Kemper from The Office and Ansel Elgort from The Fault in Our Stars and the Divergent movies. So that's just generally reflective of the caliber of people who they actually have come speak to us and give us advice as writers and people. And there's usually no shortage of them because they'll like also to get different people who were alums of the Scholastic Art and Writing Awards who, won when they were young and then went on to pursue very lucrative and exciting and successful careers in art and writing. So like there's Stephen King and Joyce Carol Oates and Sylvia Plath and Andy Warhol. And I'm pretty sure one year, like very early on in Scholastic's existence, Robert Frost was one of the judges. Anyway, it is just so special and lovely, and at that ceremony, they also hand out the special awards I mentioned before, and then also honor 2 people in each grade as the best in their grade for art and then also for writing. Finally, they also honor the National Student Poets. Now, the National Student Poets Program, or the NSPP, is this really great program where Scholastic splits the United States into 5 different regions, and they invite the best poet from each region who won a national medal to come and be part of the NSPP. And then they're automatically ambassadors for poetry, and they travel around their region, and they go to different schools and libraries and different locations, and you can even invite them to come speak at your school or somewhere else. When I was in high school, I was the president of my school's literature club, and I actually ended up inviting one of the national student poets to come and speak to us and do a workshop for poetry during literature club hours, which was so fun and so exciting, and he was great. It was all great. Scholastic is great. So that's how Scholastic works, and now I'll get a little bit more into my personal experience with it. So I entered Scholastic for the first time when I was in 9th grade, and you can actually enter starting as early as 7th grade, but to my own detriment and the never-ending disappointment of my parents, I missed the deadline in middle school, so 9th grade it was. I only entered a few pieces that year since I only felt like I had a few pieces that were worthy of submission. So I didn't win any national medals that year, although I did win 1 gold key and 1 silver key. And I didn't win any the next year, sophomore year, either, though in 10th grade I did once again win 1 gold key and 1 silver key, along with 2 honorable mentions. So a respectable start, I would say, but I really think that it was my perseverance that got me the national medals that I would win later on. I could have just given up in 9th grade when I didn't win a national medal, but instead I had to take that L, remind myself that I had still done pretty well. Like, regional medals were nothing to shake a stick at. I had to be really proud of myself and remind myself that if I just kept working and honing my craft and refining my writing, I could do even better next time. So by the time I was competing in junior and senior year, I was submitting something like 50 pages of writing a year, along with a novel that I had written the summer before each year, so something like 200 pages of writing in total per year. And it paid off, all that drive that I really put into just working and creating more art and perfecting my craft as much as I could. And so I ended up winning something like 14 honorable mentions, 10 silver keys, 2 more gold keys, and then each year I won a national gold medal for those works that had won the gold keys. God, it feels so weird to even say it. So now let's finish up this little story time with my top tips for how you can do well in Scholastic, whether you are a writer or an artist, or both. First of all, the best advice I can give you is look at their online galleries. Each year, Scholastic puts up its national medal winning works online on their website so you can see all the art and look at all the writings. You can even search by year, by region, by type of work, by art or writing, all the different categories. So do not take this for granted. It's super helpful in helping to identify trends in what tends to win. And that leads us to my next tip, which is think critically about what you're submitting in comparison to what Scholastic usually likes to name as its winners. They accept works from any genre, on any theme, about any topic, but I've done a lot of researching and a lot of looking through their online galleries, and I've got to tell you, there are some themes that really do stand out. A big one, especially for writing, I would say, but also for art, is creating something that's about your culture or your family. It can be about your immediate family, your ancestors, or what have you, but that's a really big one that tends to win a lot. And then for visual art specifically, you'll see a lot of black and white pencil sketches of old people. Very well represented. Obviously, culture and old people are not the only trends you'll see in winning works by any means, but if you're thinking, at least, about the comparisons and the similarities between your work and what Scholastic tends to go for, then you're on the right track. Finally, I've talked before about how I felt that it was having people who I could trust to critique my writing honestly and really just bounce my thoughts off of and help me out that really gave me a boost. So my last tip for y'all is get yourself a mentor. You can always reach out to me and I'd be happy to read over or look at your work, but make sure you're working with someone. They will catch things you never would have because an outside perspective is something that's completely different, and 2 heads are always better than 1. And they will make your art and writing better. It takes a lot of work, but if it's something that you love, then it's fun. Not all the time, maybe. Not every second is going to be a blast, especially when you're working through writer's block or you're revising your umpteenth draft, but ultimately, for me at least, there is nothing that I find more fulfilling than creating art. Except for helping you guys. I find that just as fulfilling, so if any of you needs any assistance or if you ever want to reach out to me, then please don't hesitate. I am right here, just an email away, and I am so happy to help any of you out. I love you all, and I want you guys to have the experience of joining the Scholastic family. If you ever need anything, don't hesitate to reach out. And of course, if you enjoyed this video, please, please, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notifications bell so you're updated next time I post. And I'll see you in the next video.